Hi and a very warm welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking you on a garden tour for the month of July. I'm going to start this month's tour showing you something really special. There's been a lot of work being done in the summer house and I'm ready to show you inside. So if you follow me, it's looking really good. I'm really pleased with this. So still work to be done, but it looks a lot better. This is a really nice relaxing space now. It's somewhere that can be used as it gets cooler. Little electric fire in there just when it gets a little bit too cool of an evening. Stereos in, nice rug down. There's lots of seating around the edges. This was already here, so lots of seating along the edges there that can be used, and it's looking great. Nice comfy chair there and lots of art on the wall, looking really good. And it's just so wonderful to see it like this, and it's just a nice space to come to. It's been too hot at the minute, to be honest with you, with the high temperatures that we've been having, to spend time in here. But on the cool evenings before the temperatures became unbearable, it was nice to just come and sit outside and spend some time out here. So it's always nice to come out and have your breakfast first thing in the morning as well. But it's looking good, and on a rainy day as well, great place to come. So if you've not got a summer house or anything like that, it's worthwhile investing in one. I'm going to start this garden tour of plants with this beauty. This is a beautiful phlox, and it's Phlox paniculata Blue Boy. Now, whilst it's not technically blue, it is a beautiful, it's as blue as you're going to get in terms of a phlox, and I think it's an amazing one. Really nice height. Obviously, if this was in the garden, it would grow much taller as well. And this has been bought quite recently. It's looking good, and the scent from phlox is amazing. Phlox are one of those plants, cottage garden plants, that will come up. Obviously it's a perennial, it will come up year after year and provide you with great flowers, but also provide you with a lot of scent as well. So if you like scent in a garden, and let's face it, most of us do, this is a really nice plant to try growing. Sometimes we've had a variety called, one of my favourites, called Bright Eyes, that actually ends up obliterated by slugs when it's in our gardens. A few gardens that we've had in the past, it grows okay in a pot, but to be honest with you, stick with varieties that are tried and tested and that seem to be okay in terms of not being eaten by slugs and snails. Go back onto more phloxes in a minute. I want to show you our beautiful hydrangea over there, and this is a lovely one. It's a Hydrangea Phantom. Very nice flowers, very nice. It's a Hydrangea paniculata Phantom. Really nice variety. I love the way that they grow. It's not like your traditional type hydrangeas that most people have. It looks great. It's nice white, and it's nice just by the side of the summer house here. It will grow much bigger than that. It's not been in here that long, so it will grow much bigger. It's looking really good at the minute, and it's just so nice to see it happy in that space. Verbena bonariensis, never far away in our garden, and this is a really nice one, and it's called Purple Elegance. Purple Elegance, really nice variety, and it is on both sides of this border. So we've got some over this side and some here as well, looking really good. Now for Verbena, it does have a delicate, so I like scent in the garden, very delicately scented, and it's a nice scent as well, but it's great for the butterflies as well. You get the bees on there, yeah, but the butterflies really do love Verbena, so it's a great one to grow for the pollinators. Truly amazing. I told you I'd go back onto Phlox. Phlox David we've got here. David is a white variety and very reliable. Doesn't get damaged with slugs and snails, so it's perfectly safe in the garden because we don't use any chemicals or anything. All creatures are welcome in the garden. We don't use anything dangerous in the garden at all, because the thing is, you're putting things down in the garden to kill one thing, and what are you causing by doing that? And it's not the greatest thing in the world. It's not good for us, so we prefer a garden that grows naturally. We have 2 patches of it, so we've got one there, and just let me show you this one briefly before I go back to it, and another one there. Looks really great, and it doesn't get damaged or obliterated, I should say, by slugs and snails, so it's a really great one to have in the garden. While I'm here, I've got to show you something else. My favourite grass is Stipa tenuissima, and it's looking great at either side of the steps here going to the summer house. This is a really nice grass. It's tactile, it self-seeds everywhere, so we're going to have offspring coming up all over the place literally, and we do every year. What we do is we plant those up into pots, and then we can move them to other places in the garden. We can also give them away to other people as well. But it's so light, airy, looks great blowing in the breeze, so breeze by command there, absolutely perfect. You have a nice gentle breeze out, or a strong breeze, and just seeing this blowing back into is amazing. It's a grass, so it's not something that you have to water all the time in the garden, so it is something that you could have in there if you don't want to water a lot. That's something to have in your garden. But it's a really nice grass. It doesn't grow really tall. This is how it gets really, so this is as good as it gets, possibly a bit higher. But it looks really great. Something I want to show you over here, it's a geum, and it's called Geum Red Dragon, and it's a really beautiful variety. Gorgeous red, repeat flowerer, and this is its second flush of flowers this year. And we have a wonderful but strange anomaly here, right now in front of you. You've got this lovely red, and we've had an orange flower along with it as well, growing from the same stem and the same plant. Now this is grown from seed, and it was grown from seed last year, so we don't know what's happened with this, but I think it's really nice and adds something really special to the plant. It would be nice if next year when this comes up, or of any further flowering that this does this year, that we get more of these orange flowers. It's going to be amazing. I'd love to see that happen. I really would. Here, I've got some amazing Lythrum going on. Got Lythrum throughout the garden, and it's one of those, it doesn't like to get too dry. It does like a little bit of watering every now and then, and gorgeous Lythrum. And this one is called the Rocket. What a lovely name for these gorgeous flowers and this gorgeous plant. So beautiful. Really nice to have in the garden, and it just is a lovely colour. It's a great doer. It keeps going, just absolutely fantastic. It just requires deadheading, that's all, and you'll get some more blooms on. And next to it we have this beautiful Sidalcea, and this one is called Sussex Beauty, and what a beauty it is as well. Really delicate flowers, lovely tall plant, nice stems. I like it when the flowers have gone over actually. They look great there, and the bees really do love it as well. Bees are so attracted to it. And following on, we've got Echinacea right next to it, and this is Echinacea Magnus, looking amazing as always. I love this one. Every year I look forward to this coming up. It's a real beauty, it really is. And next to it we have a wonderful Helenium, and this is Wesergold. Really nice golden Helenium. It looks great, but look how fantastic these plants look together, and certainly the Echinacea Magnus with this beautiful Helenium. And if you put all three together, we've got beautiful Monarda here as well, doing really well. Lovely Monarda, also known as bergamot. Absolutely amazing plant, so lovely, and again looking great. Great combination, that. Some really great colours going on. Over here we've got our Eryngium, and this is Eryngium planum. Right next to it, looking great, really tall, really healthy, really elegant looking plant. Looks great, it's almost otherworldly. The bees adore it, they're attracted to the colour, but it's very, very spiky plant, so it's one of those you need to be careful around. It's just so lovely, I love it, really nice one. And so that is Eryngium planum. We've had this in the garden for quite a long time now, and this, I'm telling you now, this is the best year for it. Really, really nice. Our penstemon garnet, it's been cut back. Flowers had been beautiful. It's now got lots of fresh growth on there, which will provide us with lots more flowers that look like this. Within the next few weeks we'll start to get flower buds on there, and we will have lots of wonderful flowers. Absolutely amazing. I love this time of year. It's a fantastic time when the garden is just coming into its own. I said the same thing on previous garden tours in spring, and look at it now. It gets better as the year goes on. Just when you think it can't get any more beautiful, there's still so much to look forward to. And this is no different. One of my favourites, I like the height of this. It's so nice. It's Persicaria amplexicaulis. So Persicaria amplexicaulis, and this is Firetail. Nice slender blooms there, looking great, loved by the bees. We have at first these masses of leaves. They look almost like dot leaves in many ways. Absolutely amazing, I love it, but they're not. They're absolutely amazing. When these flowers come out, the bees adore it, and we had this for a long time in the front garden. It's no longer in there now, but when we had this in the front, people always used to comment on it. They used to say, what's that plant? I'd like some of it. So we've been giving it to all the neighbours over the last few years. Everything's looking great, including Rozanne. Geranium Rozanne. This is a sterile variety, so she doesn't set seed. However, she's from late spring all the way through to autumn. You've got a long flowering period with Rozanne. Geraniums were always my passion, and at one time in one of our gardens that we lived at for many, many years, cottage garden, I used to collect them, and I was always reluctant to get Rozanne, and it was simply because of these saucer-shaped flowers, but I've now actually fallen in love with them. Bees adore being on there, but I love them now, and I think it's just one of those that is well worth having, especially to get blue into the garden, because true blue is a rare quality in a garden, and it's just nice to have that blue introduced into the garden. My favourite Crocosmia is Crocosmia Lucifer. I really love this one. I like it because of the lovely fiery red flowers, because red's my favourite colour, and secondly I like the height of it. I love tall plants, and this is tall. This really does it for me. Absolutely amazing. It does spread over time, but it's one of those that benefits from one of these rings. It's a support ring, and you can buy these at any garden centre, plant nursery, garden shows, any flower shows that you go to. You can buy these anywhere. You can buy them online, and the idea is it just holds the plant in place. Otherwise he will be literally sprawling and spreading out everywhere, and that's not a good look. He looks absolutely fantastic where he is. Great flowers again, and just so wonderful. I love looking at this one because I really like it. I like the colours because you've got the orange at the base there, the flower going up, and then it's all red around. Absolutely love it. Looks truly lovely. Veronicastrum next to it, truly amazing plant. If you're looking for a bee magnet for your garden, Veronicastrum is for you. There's nothing else more desirable to bees, and if you want proof of that, look at all the bees that are covering this entire plant. And this is a lovely, again I like my tallis, and this is a lovely tall variety called Fascination. Really nice plant, attracted so many different types of bee as well. If you look on there, they're not all the same type of bees, they're all different types of bees, and looking great. It just adds something to the proceedings. It's a great looking plant to have in the garden, and the bees adore it. And to be honest with you, I could have more and more of this in this garden because I love it. We've got quite a lot, We've got a few different varieties, but I'd have more if I had my way, because they're absolutely amazing. Behind this, we have our Eupatorium. Now, Eupatorium does like dampish soil. It doesn't like to dry out too much, otherwise it sulks. But this year, it's not doing as well as it normally does, so I think it will benefit from being divided later on in the year or during the winter. But if you look at that, it's going to be absolutely amazing. The beautiful purple flowers turn eventually, when the flowers are over, into feathers. They disperse all over the place, and then you end up with lots of offspring, hopefully in other people's gardens, so that they can enjoy it just as much as we do. Looking really great though. The grasses, this is Calamagrostis Karl Forster, and looking great as always. Really nice one to have. Really nice tall grass. Rosa Super Dorothy next to it, doing really, really well. Some of the flowers are starting to go over, but she's flowered her head off this year. She's been absolutely amazing. If you look up here, there's some really nice fresh blooms there. This is a nice rambler, so it's a really nice one to have in the garden, climbing up a tree or climbing up a fence like this. It's all supported by a frame, but this is the best year for it. Also know that when eventually these blooms are spent and we cut the flowers back, we'll end up in a position where she'll have lots more flowers for us to enjoy. It's a really, really nice one. I've noticed that the Rebecca started to come up, and this is Rebecca fulgida Goldstrum. So Rebecca fulgida Goldstrum. And it's just starting to come out now. I can't wait to show you those when the flowers come out properly. At the minute you're thinking, oh, they look very insignificant, but they're a beautiful daisy. And they are so, so nice. They really are. They're cheery. It just speaks of sunshine days, and that's what we're having at the minute. And long may they continue as well. Rosa Sweet Honey has been cut back, finished the first flush of flowers. And so that's been cut back. It will provide us with lots more flowers through into the autumn. Everything's looking great though. Our tree, Prunus nigra, really, really interestingly, Prunus nigra produces the most gorgeous fruit, and they are entirely edible. And Paul tried some of those, and they tasted apparently really, really nice. We had a few on there. I think there was 2 on there, if I remember correctly, and apparently they tasted really nice, so it's worthwhile knowing you can eat them. Over here, I want to show you something. We had our Geum placed here for a few years, right up against the fence, and it wasn't happy. You think that with the runoff from the rain, the Geum would thrive, and especially being in a full sun aspect. However, that wasn't the case. I personally think there was a slight gap under the fence panel, the fence post, and I think there was a draft blowing underneath there that he wasn't liking. So instead, he's been taken out because Geums don't like to be dried out too much. He's been placed in a pot, so he's recovering, and instead we've put some beautiful Lythrum coronaria in. And Lythrum coronaria is a really lovely plant, but it's a very special one to me because it's one of the ones, my first little business was splitting and dividing plants and taking cuttings and growing them on and selling them to old ladies at the back of my mum's house, anyone that was passing. And so that was my first attempt at a business, and it's such a special plant because mum had lots of this in the garden. Sad thing is she doesn't have any more, so I think I might reintroduce that into mum's garden as well, because that'd be a nice thing to do. Over here we've got our sweet peas behind. They've started to clamber up the wall, and you can see some growing through the tomatoes there. They're doing really, really well. Bit slower than usual. We're a bit behind with things, but everything's okay. What's important with sweet peas is they don't like to dry out. So it's really important that you remember to water them. They are in full sun here, but they will dry out if you leave them. And ours are grown in pots, and I've said this many times, but I'm going to tell you again in case you're new to the channel. We grow them in tall pots from seed, and then when they're ready of a certain height, we place them on the soil. And the idea is that they're protected from the slugs while they're initially growing, because we've had issues with that in the past, and also the roots can permeate through the bottom of the pot into the soil underneath, and that's what happens. But it's still important that we keep these well watered. Look at the tomatoes this year, they're doing so well, they're doing amazingly. We've got lots and lots of these trusses going on. It's the best year we've ever had in this garden for them. Just look at those beauties through there. So we're going to have lots of tomatoes to eat. It's going to be amazing. And they keep growing and they keep flowering and they're doing the thing, and we're just going to get more and more tomatoes. This is a year for a bumper crop. They're well watered. Again, we're making sure that they don't dry out too much, and we're going to have a definite bumper crop. They're nice. Now, tomatoes are not my favourite, but I will be eating some of these simply because they've been grown in the garden and I know what's on them. Sweet peas, a little trick. If you want to, some really beautiful ones there, if you want to keep your sweet peas going, you need to cut them on a regular basis. So for instance, when you see one like this, there, it's going to seed. That means that if you let the whole plants grow like that, every single plant grow like it, your plant will stop flowering, think it's done its job, produce seed, and then that's it. So you need to remember, you need to keep cutting flowers. Cut flowers, you can use them outside on a table, like here. You can use them in the summer house. You can use them in the house. You can do whatever you want with them. Give them to loved ones, your family, your friends, neighbours. Give them away. Be generous with your sweet peas, but what you do need to do is keep cutting them, because when you cut them, it encourages them to grow, lots more flowers, and you also prevent your plants from stopping flowering, which is what will happen if we just leave all this on and don't do it. But I'm looking forward to bringing some of these in. While the weather's nice, I'm not going to bring them into the house because I don't spend much time in there. To be honest with you, what I do, bring them out into the garden and to the summer house as well, and it'll be really, really nice. Maybe the bedroom as well. It's nice to see sweet peas in the bedroom and smell them as well. Pot marigold. Got some pot marigold here, and grown since the Middle Ages in this country. Really, really nice plant. It's self-sown, and I don't care what variety it is because it just looks absolutely amazing, and we will let it do its thing and self-sow again because that's what we want. It's a really great plant to grow. You can use the petals in salads and things. In the old days, back in the Middle Ages, they used to use the petals to create a salve or a healing cream for any skin disorders or anything going on the skin, any cuts or anything like that. Before we had medicine in the way that we have it now. So yeah, very useful plant to have in the garden. My latest rose, and it's a beautiful miniature rose called Rosa Sunseeker, and it doesn't look very sunny at the minute. So beautiful orange, beautiful small orange flowers, very scented, really, really nice one. It's finished its first flush of flowers, and now it's been cut back, and we got this from Northumberland at a place in Hexham, and it's a really, really special rose to me, this, because I really enjoy going there, and we've got lots of growth already, and we will have lots more flowers. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Now this stachys here is looking great. It was over the other side of the garden where we couldn't see it, so now it's right next to the table and chairs, so when we've got people over, they can enjoy it as well. And this is a really nice one called Stachys Summer Grapes, and you can see why it's called that. It just looks amazing. That colour is divine. It's so nice. It's so nice. I like the fact that we've got Eryngium Caviscanus going over the top there, flowing over this huge pot, beautiful pot, looking really, really great. And it's a reliable plant, this, and this again will self-seed everywhere as well. I do want to show you something. I'd forgotten all about it. I'm going to bring you over here and show you the buddleia. Now this is a white buddleia, really nice variety. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a really, really nice one. If you look here, you've got these lovely long flowers adored by butterflies, absolutely adored by them. And it's a really nice one because it's white. It lifts the space, it brightens the space, and if you want to see something really, really special to do with buddleias, I'm going to bring you over here because what I want you to see is not the summer house again, it is all the butterflies on the buddleia there. In case you wonder why Buddleias are known as butterfly bushes. Just look there and see all those different varieties of butterflies, all those different types of beautiful beings on there, enjoying that Buddleia, enjoying the gorgeous flowers. I really do want more Buddleia in the garden. I know there's not as much space for it because the garden's full of perennials, but I really do want more Buddleias. Having seen that this year, I definitely want more. It's well worth having. You're attracting all those butterflies, you're providing nectar for them. Right, come this way. So we've got Buddleia going on there. Now, in fact, I'll show you that round there. I'll show you. Everything's going well here with our Eryngium, and this is Eryngium Cobalt Star. So Eryngium Cobalt Star, again, loved by the bees, as you can see. And this likes it dry. It's not a plant that you need to just keep watering constantly once it's established. Looks really great. It's certainly a talking point in the garden. And the bees, as you can see, are clambering over each other there. Those two are making friends on there. Don't know what's going on. They're enjoying collecting pollen. We've got here still lots of poppies still coming out. We keep deadheading and they're flowering again and again. There will come a point where they'll stop and we'll leave them to go to seed, ready for next year. I love the structure of the alliums as well. Alliums are there and they just look amazing. They've held their own. They were gorgeous purple flowers. Now look at them. This lovely structural architectural plant in the garden. This geum here is one called Mrs. Bradshaw, and it's a repeat flower, as you can see. We had the first flush of flowers, and now there's lots more going on with this one. It's lovely, it's amazing. I love geum, but we do have to keep it well watered because it's in the central bed here, and this central bed is what gets the most sun in the garden. So I want to show you something. Speaking of the central bed, because this is where our honey is, our beautiful cat daughter, who passed away not long ago, we've got a lovely memorial bench here for her as well. So we've got a lovely bench painted in beautiful green with a lovely picture in lovely memory of honey, and a lovely picture of her as well, because she was so fond of that central bed and she loved spending time out here in the garden. She was an indoor cat, so she didn't really she didn't venture outside, and she'd been an indoor cat from being a young cat as well. So she used to come out in my arms and I used to show her the garden, and I know that she'd be really pleased with that. And it's a nice place to go and sit and just enjoy the garden from another vantage point, because that's the thing in a garden. We've got the Summerhouse, we've got seating there, we've got some seating over there. We're not really using the kitchen window at the minute, but we've got now another seat here, and it's nice. You can follow the sun around or follow the shade if it's really, really sunny, because this is a nice place to go to this time of day, because the sun is actually behind me and over there. So when I sit here, if it's really, really sunny, which it was a few minutes ago, it's one of those situations where I've got the shade. Whereas in the morning, if I wanted the sun, I'll sit here because it's going to be shining directly on me. So it's really great. It's nice to have different places. You can have different rooms in the garden, or you can just have different places where you go and sit, but it's great. You do need that. Every garden needs it. Nice little water here. Nice for the birds behind there. We've got hung on a stand there. We've got some water for the smaller birds so they can jump in and out of the bushes and hide away as well when we have any cats in the garden, which we do frequently have lots of cats coming in. Pond's looking great. There is some weed in there at the minute. We do keep trying to fish it out, but it's looking good. It's great. It's doing really well. Sedum Carl, I want to show you. I like this variety of sedum. Do you want to know why? It's small, it's compact. The foliage is much smaller, so the leaves are much smaller. And the flowers, when they come on, you're going to absolutely adore it. Again, Sedum Carl. Really nice name and a really nice plant. Well worth growing if you've not tried this one before and you like sedums. I remember the traditional sedum that a neighbour had given to me when I was about 10, 11 years old, and I put it in Mum's garden, and it was just this long thing, long stems and leaning all over the place. Carl doesn't do that. As you can see, it's compact, and that's what you want if you're looking for something a little bit smaller. You could also go to the Matrona that I'll show you now. Actually, I'll show you the Matrona before we go back to all the plants. This is Sedum Matrona. Now this is Paul's favourite. Really, really nice one. It's a lovely variety. nice and tall, as you can see, much bigger leaves. They're very fleshy, the leaves, so this is a succulent. This can handle, it stores the water in its leaves, it can handle periods of drought, so it's a nice one to grow with the way that the weather's going during the summer months. It really is a nice one to have in the garden, but it's a lovely one. It's nice, I do like it, but I do prefer Sedum Carl. I like the more greener leaves instead of the red running through, and I just think it looks really, really good. Everything's coming on now. Everything's coming on, including, and this has had a cutback and it's come back again. It's had its second flush. This is Geum Princess Juliana. So Geum Princess Juliana, such a gorgeous geum, really nice vibrant orange flowers there, and it just keeps coming back for more. As I said, Geum, as I've said, and as I say, Geum it does like some damp. It doesn't like to be too dry, and this is a dry spot, but what you do is you just chuck rainwater on it. If you've got a watering can, just give it a bit of water during dry spells and it'll thank you for it, and keep flowering during the summer months. It does look great. I'm missing already this poppy that was here. It was purple poppy, but we've got these lovely seeds going on here, so hopefully we'll have lots more coming through next year. Over here we have this beautiful Veronicastrum, and this one is a variety called Lavendleton. And Lavendleton is a gorgeous one. The flowers are just going over now, but as you can see, the bees are still loving it. They're clambering all over the flowers that are left. It's tall again, it looks great, and it's doing really, really well. Now, I absolutely love this one. Absolutely love it. It's Sanguisorba, and it's a variety called Chocolate Tip. And you can see why it's called Chocolate Tip. Those lovely chocolatey coloured flowers covering it. It's a nice tall one, but look at those flowers. They are lovely. You can't beat them. What's not to like about them? They're so nice, and they just add contrast to the other plants in the garden. The grass is doing really, really well here. And again, we've got some Stipa tenuissima running through the border, looking great as well. And our recent additions, we've got some Achillea there. It's a really nice Achillea. I like this colour, and I think it will do really, really well there. It does add something to the proceedings. This one's a variety called Sassy Summer Taffy, and it looks good. It is sassy. I think the colour when it first comes out is really, really sassy, and this does what it says on the tin. It looks great, and it adds interest to the other plants in the border, and certainly the Lythrum as well is doing really well. Again, we've got Chocolate Tip there with the Sanguisorba, but under the Lythrum as well, we have these beautiful yellow flowers and the chocolate coloured foliage. I really like it. They do fade to a green as well, green running through it, but I think it's a really nice plant to have here in this part of the garden. It looks great. And speaking of tallies, look at that one. Lovely yellow flowers. It's Verbena olympicum, and look at how tall that gets. It's so nice to have. Really beautiful plant in this area of the garden. So nice. Looks great with the grasses next door, and it just mingles right next to it here. We've got these lovely grasses, and they just look divine. And this grass is one called Miscanthus fernostem. Such a nice one. We've got Phlomis russelliana right here. If we come down, just look at that. It looks great. Its flowers are beautiful yellow, and then we're left with these gorgeous specimens. Just look. We've got a seed going on in the centre there. Absolutely amazing. But what I wanted to show you is the star of this border at the minute, and it is the scent's coming to me all the way across. It smells amazing. I wish you could smell it through the television, honestly, or through your screen, through your phone, your laptop, whatever you're watching this on. I wish you could smell it because it's amazing. This is Phlox paniculata spatsoma. And spatsoma is a really nice variety. Again, doesn't get obliterated by slugs. It spreads like this. This is a few plants that have spread, and look how tall it gets. It's nice if you've got a lot of scent, and that's what you need in a garden. The more scent, the better. And this is offering no exceptions. It's the best Honestly, it really is. You can't beat Phlox for scent this time of year. July and August, you just can't beat it. Geranium Patricia has still got a few flowers left on. She's doing really well there. She's got a few flowers left, and I've noticed that we have our first flowers out on our Aster, and this is Aster Twilight, and it's a really great Aster that flowers all the way through August. It starts now in July and it flowers all right through August, and if you look at that, nothing beats that. It's not like the more traditional asters that I know of. It's a little bit more jazzy, and I like it. I think it's a great plant, and you know, it's one of those that I'm so proud every year to see it come up and do its thing. These are a plant that we grew in the back deliberately because we couldn't grow delphiniums in the back garden. We're growing them in the front now, but we can't grow them in the back because they will just be obliterated by slugs. And so instead we bought some monkshood. Monkshood is highly toxic, it's poisonous. Certainly the roots are poisonous, but all parts of the plant are poisonous, so you wouldn't want to be eating this or messing with the roots, dividing it and then going in eating without washing your hands. Preferably you'd wear gloves when handling it as well. But it's a really nice plant to have in the garden, and it's going to provide us with some really great flowers. I can't wait to show you those beautiful blue flowers when they come out. I can't wait to show them to you. But it's still growing, and when it flowers I will show you those flowers. But I will say something, out of everything in this border, this was the first plant to come through the soil, and it was quite big quite early on as well, so I'm really excited. It holds your interest throughout the whole season, through the spring, through the summer, until it flowers later on, and it's going to be well worth it. I can't wait to show you. But it's monkshood, it's back of the border, so it's safe, and we're not going to be meddling with it anytime soon, so it's all right. Moving on, Hackamacloa macra, or Haconicloa as some people call it. Hackamacloa macra, really great grass, and I say that because what's not to like about this? When you brush past it, it's like, it reminds you of being in the jungle. You walk past that, it's a great, especially when it's a windy day and you can hear it rustling in the wind. I love it, and I like the way it's on both sides here, so at the entrance to the garden itself. Both sides doing really, really well, looking great. And if you've not grown it before, give it a try, because it's a nice grass. We've got the flowers coming through as well on some of these, so it's doing really, really well. There's one there coming through, look at that. Come and look at that. Just starting to come through there, look. Just starting to come through. But it gets well looked after, it really does. Foxgloves, I think they still had something to the proceedings being there, digitalis. And these were digitalis, we've got digitalis purpurea, and we've got other plants as well, other varieties of digitalis, but these are looking great still. They just add structure. You can leave things in, you don't take things back straight away, just leave them. Let them do the thing naturally, and we'll get lots of seeds coming from these dispersed all over the place anyway, so we'll get lots of offspring. I love that. Lots more of the Persicaria, amplexicaulis, Firetail going on there. We've got our lady's mantle, and it is a really nice one to grow this. Alchemilla mollis, very nice, looks lovely when raindrops fall, when you've got the rain falling down or you've watered the garden and you have these beautiful dew-like raindrops or drops of water on the foliage. Looks really, really good. Persicaria affinis superba, really nice low growing variety. As you can see, there's much smaller flowers, but if you want a Persicaria but you feel that the amplexicaulis Firetail is too big for your garden, then get this one instead. If you're looking for something more low growing, that's the height it reaches. It looks good, and it spreads like wildfire, this one. Absolutely amazing. It loves to spread out. Our Helianthus lemon queen, I can't wait for that to flower. We have got the buds on there, the flower buds starting to form on each of the stems. And this is a plant that likes sun, so it likes full sun, but it likes to be moist as well. It doesn't like to be too dry, so we do have to keep an eye on this one. However, have you noticed it's quite low? This variety would normally be much taller by now, but the reason it's not is because Paul gave it the Chelsea chop. And the Chelsea chop, you can do it for a number of reasons. It's called the Chelsea chop because you do it around the Chelsea flower show time. Chelsea flower shows on television, you do it around then. And the idea is however much height's on the plant, cut it back, let it come back again, and it's going to provide you with more flowers, more compact, less height. And that's what we wanted with this. We didn't want this dominating the space. We wanted other plants to be seen as well. And so Helianthus lemon queen, really well worth growing. Lichnis coronaria again, looking great. And remember, we cut back Geranium brookside, and already, look at this. And we'll be provided with lots more flowers as this grows back, and we end up with all this space covered. And that's the thing. What you have people and they say, why is it that my garden's full of weeds? What's going on? How do you keep the weeds down in a garden like this? And it's simple. The weeding that we do in this garden is usually through things like this, so through the decking. So I have a grass coming up through. And the reason why there's not very much in the borders coming up, and the only weeds that do come up are when you've got bare soil like this, gives you a clue. Because the bare soil is what's allowing the weeds to grow. When you've got plants that are dominating a space, the weeds don't want to grow through them. They don't want to compete. The plants are dominant and they want to take over. And that's what we want. Less weeding, more plants, and you just have a great flower displays, and you don't have to be spending hours outside hoeing the garden or tilling the garden. You don't have to do that because it doesn't need to be done. Looking fantastic. I'm so pleased with the way that things are progressing. Looking forward to the lilies over there opening as well. I know some have opened at the front and the scent is absolutely divine. I do want to show you something, and it's Hydrangea Annabelle. And there's a reason why I want to show you this, because look at how big that is for a hydrangea head. Look at how good it looks. Hydrangea Annabelle. You can buy two hydrangeas of the Annabelle range, and one is Strong Annabelle, or there's the traditional Annabelle, and this is the traditional one. We've had it a long time. Looking really, really good. The other hydrangea looks great, but this one is my favourite because it's cheery. It just brightens up the garden. It really does. Also, if you're wondering why there's an old pot base, a tray, on the floor with water in, that water is there for the hedgehogs and for the birds. The birds bathe in it, the birds drink it. You'll see wasps going in there to drink, bees drinking from it, and you will also see hedgehogs coming along of an evening and enjoying a drink as well. We need to keep putting water out at this time of year. Not many people do it, and I mean safe water, fresh water, just for the beings that we share our garden with, because they will be grateful for that. Now, I want to say something, and that is thank you for watching. If you've got any comments, drop them in the comments box below. Again, thank you for spending time here in the garden with me. I love showing you around this garden and just letting you see what we see every day, and the sights and sounds and how it is. And this is reality. This is what it's like. Please click the like button. And also then once you've clicked like, underneath you'll see a hype button. If you click the hype as well, be very appreciative of that. If you've got social media, please share our videos on social media and share them with friends and family, just to get our message and our passion, our love for gardening out there to other people, and let other people share the joy. Sometimes the nice people have said to us, I just like to put your videos on in the background. We have people that watch them because they're avid gardeners, and they always have been, and they just love plants like we do. There's sometimes people just put them on to learn more about gardening and learn more about plants and where to put plants in the right place and names of plants and things like that. And other people just find it relaxing and enjoy just watching the videos, and it's appreciated. No matter why you're here, we're grateful to you. Again, any comments, drop them in the comments box below as always. And we very much look forward to seeing you soon on the next video, which hopefully will be very, very soon. In the meantime, take care and happy gardening.